Ever felt like you're standing in your own way, unable to reach your highest potential? You're not alone, and today, we're diving into an audiobook that might just change your life.
Welcome to Aspire with the Florists. Let's ignite your aspirations together.
Welcome to our review of The Mountain Is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery by Brianna Wiest, narrated by Stacey Glemboski. This transformative audiobook explores how our conflicting needs can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors and how we can overcome them to master ourselves. This audiobook isn't just about identifying problems, it's about digging deep into our psyche to understand and transform our self-sabotage. By addressing our unconscious needs, building emotional intelligence, and learning to act as our highest potential future selves, we can step out of our own way and into our true potential. For centuries, the mountain has symbolized the challenges we face. In The Mountain Is You, Wiest uses this metaphor to illustrate the deep internal work needed to overcome these obstacles. It's not the mountain we master, but ourselves. And here's a powerful excerpt from the audiobook, brilliantly narrated by Stacey Glemboski.
There is nothing holding you back in life more than yourself. If there is an ongoing gap between where you are and where you want to be, and your efforts to close it are consistently met with your own resistance, pain, and discomfort, self-sabotage is almost always at work. On the surface, self-sabotage seems masochistic. It appears to be a product of self-hatred, low confidence, or a lack of willpower. In reality, self-sabotage is simply the presence of an unconscious need that is being fulfilled by the self-sabotaging behavior. To overcome this, we must go through a process of deep psychological excavation. We must pinpoint the traumatic event, release unprocessed emotions, find healthier ways to meet our needs, reinvent our self-image, and develop principles such as emotional intelligence and resilience. It is no small task, and yet it is the work that all of us must do at one point or another. Self-sabotage is not always obvious at the onset. When Carl Jung was a child, he fell on the ground in school and hit his head. When he got hurt, he thought to himself, "Yes, maybe I won't have to go back to school now." Though he is known today for his insightful body of work, he actually didn't like school or fit in well with his peers. Shortly after his accident, Jung began experiencing sporadic and uncontrollable fainting spells. He unconsciously developed what he would call a neurosis, and ultimately came to realize that all neuroses are substitutes for legitimate suffering. In Jung's case, he made an unconscious association between fainting and getting out of school. The fainting spells were a manifestation of his unconscious desire to get out of class, where he felt uncomfortable and unhappy. Likewise, for many people, their fears and attachments are very often just symptoms of deeper issues for which they do not have any better way to cope. Self-sabotage is a coping mechanism. Self-sabotage is what happens when we refuse to consciously meet our innermost needs, often because we do not believe we are capable of handling them. Sometimes we sabotage our relationships because what we really want is to find ourselves, though we are afraid to be alone. Sometimes we sabotage our professional success because what we really want is to create art, even if it will make us seem less ambitious by society's measures. Sometimes we sabotage our healing journey by psychoanalyzing our feelings, because doing so ensures we avoid actually experiencing them. Sometimes we sabotage our self-talk, because if we believed in ourselves, we'd feel free to get back out in the world and take risks, and that would leave us vulnerable. In the end, self-sabotage is very often just a maladaptive coping mechanism, a way we give ourselves what we need without having to actually address what that need is. But like any coping mechanism, it is just that, a way to cope. It's not an answer, it's not a solution. and it does not ever give us what we really need. We are merely numbing our desires, giving ourselves a little taste of temporary relief. Self-sabotage comes from irrational fear. Sometimes, our most sabotaging behaviors are really the result of long-held and unexamined fears we have about the world and ourselves. Perhaps it is the idea that you are unintelligent, unattractive, or disliked. Perhaps it is the idea of losing a job, taking an elevator, or committing to a relationship. In other cases, it can be more abstract, such as the concept of someone coming to get you, violating your boundaries, getting caught, or being wrongly accused. These beliefs become attachments over time. For most people, the abstract fear is really a representation of a legitimate fear.
Now let's dive into some insightful critiques and valuable recommendations. Wiest's approach to self-sabotage is both profound and practical. She delves into the psychology of why we hold ourselves back and offers actionable steps to transform these behaviors. But here's a thought-provoking twist. Could self-sabotage actually be a misunderstood form of self-care? Wiest suggests that our self-sabotaging behaviors are coping mechanisms, fulfilling unconscious needs. This perspective invites us to reframe how we view our struggles. Whether it's sabotaging relationships because we fear being alone or undermining our professional success due to a hidden desire to pursue our true passions, The Mountain Is You helps us understand these deep-seated fears and transform them. If you found these insights valuable, don't miss out on this transformative audiobook. For a limited time, you can get a free copy of The Mountain Is You with a 60-day Audible trial on Amazon. Click the link below to secure your copy and start your journey to self-mastery today. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful, motivational, and inspirational reviews. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss how we can all climb our mountains and reach our highest potential.
Thank you for tuning in at Aspire with the Florises. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.